What's up, everybody? Richard back today with another episode of the Warped Report. We got quite a bit of news. Not a lot of anything that's like crazy or super in-depth, but some tour cancellation, or rather one band pulling out of the tour, some upcoming releases, some stuff that already came out, just some really fun news and notes from around the metalcore, the core, the Warped Tour-ish scene. So with that out of the way, let's dive on in. So at the time that this show comes out, it'll actually be today, but Wage War will be premiering their new song, Circle the Drain, on Sirius XM Octane. They also, just the other day, announced their fourth album titled Manic. I'm very interested in how this one will go. I'm very curious. Obviously, we had High Horse, their first single, which was awesome, heavy, in the ilk of Stitch or The River. This one premiering on Octane makes me think it's probably going to be, a little bit more kind of, radio friendly, so to speak. But either way, I'm always pumped for some new Wage War. I'm looking forward to their fourth record here, titled Manic. Next up, the band Light the Torch has decided to prematurely pull off of their upcoming tour with Motionless in White. They're going to be going out later this year with them, and then in their statement they say, "We are sorry to announce that we are pulling off of the September tour with Motionless in White and all the festivals along the tour. We have concerns about the ability to keep ourselves and our crew healthy and the ramification we could incur if shows need to be canceled in this current climate. We're really looking forward to playing for all of you again, supporting our new album, and sharing the stage with Motionless in White. Ultimately, it was a very difficult decision, but one that we felt we had to make. We wish we had better news. At this point, we just want to say thank you to all our fans for your understanding. We couldn't be a band without your continued support. Be careful and safe out there, and we look forward to seeing you all again soon." So, obviously that's a bummer. They were going to be playing, I know, Blue Ridge Rock Festival, but to me it sounds like, it reads kind of one of two ways, because it says, "We have concerns about the ability to keep ourselves and our crew healthy." I believe that probably means that they're probably just being extra cautious, obviously, with, different strains of the virus happening and whatnot. Some people might read into it in terms of they probably don't want to get the vaccine, but to me it really reads more of they're just being very cautious, and that stinks. But I know that obviously Howard Jones, he's one guy where he has another project with Jared Dines called Scion. So it stinks, but it is what it is. I'm curious to see who will replace them on that run with Motionless in White. And of course, the Lamb Goat comments always deliver in terms of just, fun comments. Very loose air quote, fun. Okay? Fun. Next up, the band Darko, which features Josh Miller of now Spite and Tom Barber of Chelsea Grin. Their new song, Dragon Chaser, coming out September 3rd. Their follow-up to their self-titled album earlier this year. That album hit. It was heavy. It was chunky. It was just all sorts of alien noises, crazy vocals. And looking at this artwork here, I'm very excited for some new Darko, and I'm sure that you are all as well. Next up, we got Every Time I Die. They released their newest track, Post Boredom, and announced their new album, Radical. This comes, I know they've released some other singles earlier this year, and I know they're going to be going on tour early next year with Under Oath and Spirit Box as well. I'm looking forward to some new Every Time I Die. I haven't heard the new track, Post Boredom, yet, to be totally honest with you, but Every Time I Die is one of those bands that, I'm not, super, running out the door to go listen to them, but it's really cool to see them to keep on going. And, new Every Time I Die, one of the stalwarts of this scene here. So congrats to them. And it'll be coming out in October 22nd to be exact. So make sure you get your pre-orders and your pre-saves in now. Next up, we got a deathcore delight of a tour here with Born of Osiris, Shadow of Intent, and Signs of the Swarm. They announced a tour for Born of Osiris headlining, going off of their Angel or Alien album. Now, what's really cool about this is that they're actually going to be touring in my neck of the woods at a venue called Wally's here on Hampton Beach. which is, I'm not even kidding you, like less than 10 minutes from my house. So that'll be cool. I might attend. You know, so Born of Osiris, the newest record, Angel Alien, wasn't really my thing. Like over on my Patreon, I did an album reaction. I think I gave it like somewhere in the 70s. Shadow of Intent, respect them, but, you know, again, that style isn't really my thing. The New Signs of the Swarm, though, that might pique my interest. I'm very curious to hear the rest of their record. I love that song, The Collection, that features Matt Honeycutt and Nick Arthur. So this may be one that I have to go check out. Next up, if you're a vocalist and you're based in Australia, although I don't think there's nothing here explicitly saying you have to be based in Australia, but this band is Gravemind. It says, calling all vocalists. As we move on to the next stage of Gravemind, we'll be opening up vocal auditions to the public. We're looking for an individual that displays versatility in their screams/singing and confidence in their ability. We'll be asking all applicants to cover our song Lifelike to the best of their ability, whether it's as close to the original as possible or with a bit of flair. Be creative. We'll be contacting our favorite applicants via email and moving on to the next step internally. All applicants are required to apply through Google Forms at this link. Thank you to everyone that applies, and good luck. So now, Gravemind's a band that I've actually kind of recently learned about, from my Twitch streams. By the way, twitch.tv/RichardJambrin. And their song Lifelike actually has an awesome breakdown. So if you have not listened to Gravemind, there's a good even if you're not a vocalist, there's a good reason to go listen to the song Lifelike, and maybe you'll find a new band that you really enjoy. And then also, we have a picture here of the band Phineas. Their newest record at the time that this video comes out will be this coming Friday, August 27th. The Fire Itself. They recently released that single. I believe it was their third single off of their upcoming record, so make sure to check out some new Phineas. Next up, we're just going to touch on some songs that came out this past Friday. Number one, Spiritbox, their new song Hurt You, their fifth single off of their upcoming record Eternal Blue. This was a really cool track. I love those big hanging kind of industrial arena style riffs. If you have not seen the music video is absolutely crazy. And there's also a quote here from Mike Stringer for the guitarist of the band. It says, Hurt You is a song that was written before the pandemic in early 2020 during a snowstorm. We were stuck inside and we couldn't go anywhere, so the song flowed out of myself, Courtney, and our producer, Dan, pretty quick. The subject matter of the song explores toxic codependency and the feeling of knowing that something is doomed to fail but making the choice to go down with the ship. The video, directed by Dylan Hryciuk is horror-inspired and depicts love in 4 different acts. It's the first video we've made where we do not make an appearance and allow the story to be the main focus. That's true, and I think that's really cool. I love these cinematic kind of videos, and this was an awesome video. So if you have not checked out the new Spiritbox Hurt You track, you've got to. I think for me, in terms of the 5 singles, if I had to rank them, I think I'd go Holy Roller number 1, Circle With Me number 2, Hurt You number 3. Number 4, I think I would probably go with Secret Garden number 5, Constance. I think part of the reason why is because Constance, while it's emotional, it's not really like a song that I listen to on the regular, but if you go back and watch my reaction to it with on the True Shot channel, I did cry. So there's that if you want to go find that. And lastly, the band Motionless in White released their new song titled Time Bomb. And this was a cool song. This was heavy, going back to those roots, kind of breaking out of that Breaking Benjamin core style stuff. And there's a quote here from Chris Motionless. It says, "We are really excited to release a new piece of music to bridge the gap between all the COVID downtime and our next record coming in 2022. Time Bomb felt like a great standalone track to touch on the heavier side of the band and to give fans something to headbang to during our return to touring this September. It feels so good to be getting back to work, and Time Bomb feels like a perfect way to celebrate the next normal." So yeah, like I said, this song was awesome. It was heavy, cool breakdown, a pretty cool chorus too. It took me a second to kind of sink my teeth into it, but it was a solid chorus, and it's nice to hear some heavy Motionless in White. It's been a little while, and I look forward to what they're going to be releasing in 2022. Well, there you guys have it. We have covered some pretty fun topics this week. I mean, like I said, nothing super hard-hitting or anything like that, but are you excited for the new Wage War track? Were you going to be going to see Light the Torch? Darko. What do you think of them? Every Time I Die, are you going to be checking out the new album? If so, how long have you been a fan of Every Time I Die? Have you been a fan since the beginning? Or are you kind of a newer fan? Are you going to be checking out the new Born of Osiris tour? Are you going to try out for Gravemind? Are you going to listen to the new Phineas? What did you think of Spirit Box? What did you think of Motionless in White? All these questions I would like for you to answer down in the comments below. And until the next one, I will see you all later. Peace.